Hi everyone, welcome to this week's arranging video where I'm going to show you what to do with the bunch you've just received and then what to do with last week's flowers now your new bunch has arrived. First of all, quick whip through of the stems in your arrangement. We've got some beautiful avalanche roses, some lovely oriental dahlia lilies, some alstroemeria, some sweet williams. Then you've either got some delphiniums or some lovely green lisianthus, and then finishing it off with some delicate eucalyptus populus that's been grown in Ireland. Really lovely. Now, first of all, got to remember to look after your flowers, so make sure you snip an inch off the end of all your stems, like so, very easy. And then make sure to use your lovely flower food, which will be in your box. Pop it in. So, on to arranging. We're going to start with our beautiful roses arranged evenly around the edge of the vase, because we want our focal flowers on the outside, looking like that. Then we want to take our oriental lilies and face them opposite each other. And what we're doing is looking to create a nice stem grid at the bottom for the other flowers to build into. So we're going to do the same with our alstroemeria, creating a square with the lilies, and we're just adding to that nice grid in there. Next, the sweet williams, and using the stem grid for support, we can stand these up a little more centrally, like so. So they're going to go in the middle, and they're just filling up the middle rather neatly. This is looking very pretty now. Then we want to take either the delphiniums or lisianthus, and they're a bit taller, so you can stand them up in the very middle using the other stems for support, like so. There we go, looking beautiful. And then finish off with our eucalyptus populus tucked in the middle, letting it fall out in any direction. It gives it a nice whimsical look, I think, that's really very, very pretty. Okay, so there we have this week's arrangement, which in about a week's time will look a little more like this as your whopping lilies start to open and the whole thing starts looking very, very beautiful. That's this week's arrangement done. On to last week's. And you will have received, if you got an arrangement last week, this beautiful bunch. And what I'm going to do with this week's arrangement is I'm very simply going to trim it down into the shorter cut down vase. What I could have done is popped a few of these stems into this bunch, but I think the colours clash a little bit. So I think it's going to be much nicer just to take the leftover flowers and pop them into this cut down. So, and to do that, I'm pretty much going to follow the same way that I arranged last week's bunch. So I'm going to take all of the flowers out and I'm going to lay them on the table. And then because my cut down vase is pretty much half the height of the classic Freddy's vase, I'm just going to snip about half the amount off each of these stems, and then they'll be prepared and ready for my cut down vase. Then the soft ruscus, I'm just going to defoliate the bottom of it to get rid of those lower leaves. There we go, so the stems are now ready. And if you've got your arranging guide from last week, you can follow that. Otherwise, here we go. So we want to start with our sunflowers, just popped evenly around the edge, like so. And then we're going to do the same with our blooms, just filling the gaps. And again, we've got our nice focal flowers, the sort of bigger flowers around the edge. I'm going to take my now nice open alstroemeria, and I'm going to tuck that opposite each other. And again, shorter flowers around the edge, working our way to the taller ones in the middle. We've now got our lovely tall Eremurus, which is nice and open, and I'm going to pop those in the middle using the other stems for support. So that's looking quite cool. And then the soft ruscus, you can just tuck the stems into the middle, letting it fall out again in any direction you want. Like so. Cool, and there we've got a very pretty little cut down vase, which will look fabulous on your kitchen table or in a bedroom or wherever you want, There's my cut down from last week, my full arrangement this week. Give it a go.